27 investigates looking into tires. Now, if you've ever bought or plan to buy a used tire for your car, you may want to pay close attention to it. That's because the older a tire is, the less likely it is to keep you safe. WKBN First News reporter Levkulich tells us what to look for.
Car tires can be an expensive investment, but depending on how old they are, those tires could possibly explode, just like what happened to Rakina Kenyon Boyd after the tire of another car blew out on the highway. She talked to our sister station, WWLP.
I just remember seeing the tire, and I woke up spitting up blood and saying, "Oh my God, oh my God."
From the time tires are manufactured, they begin to break down.
They start to break down. From UV light will break down the rubber and deteriorate the rubber, yes.
Bob Pagley of the Pit Stop in Hubbard tries to get customers to buy new tires, but many people still buy the used ones. But even new tires that can sit on a shelf for years are not immune.
Some people that only drive short distances every day will come in and we'll tell them that their tires are dry rotted all the way around the tire, and the tire could explode at high speed, especially once the tire heats up.
So how can you tell how old your tire is? Well, all tires have a manufacturer's date stamped on them. It's listed right after this DOT number on the sidewall. You just have to be able to understand how to read it.
And this is the age date right here, the 32nd week of 04.
Which means this demo tire is over 10 years old and shouldn't be out on the road. Cliff Schneer of AAA tells us tires have no expiration date and it's not illegal to sell them.
AAA recommends that you replace them after 10 years.
Schneer says that's the average shelf life in the U.S., but depending on where you live, it could be less. NHTSA research found that especially in warmer states, there appears to be a relationship between tire age and the likelihood it could fail. Schneer says that's what's so dangerous about buying a used tire.
You don't know which environment that tire came from. They could be shipped in from California, Mexico, Florida, one of those other states where the tire life is shorter, and they could have been driven on a low pressure and you wouldn't know the difference.
Tire manufacturers also recommend 10 years. They say the life of a tire is more dependent on how it's maintained and whether it's been exposed to heat or sunlight. Dan Zielinski is with the Rubber Manufacturers Association.
Absent those types of exposures, it shouldn't be expected that the tire is not going to perform simply because of the passage of time.
Bob Pagley recommends new tires every 5 to 7 years.
The main thing to keep in mind is that your life is riding on those 4 tires.
In fact, we began asking around and found that many people had no idea about the age of their tires.
Let me see your tires. Let me see what we can find here.
T. Rodney Ollie of Youngstown tells me he bought these used tires 2 years ago and was shocked when we told him how old the tires were.
So it was done on the 35th week of 2004. So this tire is at least, 11 years old?
11, 12 years old. That's crazy. And they just got them on people's cars. And there's so many used tire places around here. You sell us used tires by the ton. And then now you can tell, you can see from looking at what you just did, looking at the date, you can see how old they are. That's crazy.
According to NHTSA, between 2005 and 2006, aging tires killed 90 people in the U.S. and hurt 3,200 others. Meanwhile, the NTSB is working on new tire safety recommendations. In the meantime, experts say drivers need to educate themselves about maintaining their tires properly and keep an eye on other factors such as tread wear to keep them safe. For 27 Investigates, I'm Levkulich.